So the Make It Happen tour, it can also be called the Anything Can Happen tour, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna have fly young ladies that are gonna come out in referee uniforms, and they're actually going to flip a coin, and whoever wins the coin toss, or whoever gets heads, whoever gets tails is gonna go first, and that's how we're gonna do it. There are no headliners. Taz and I are splitting up the time, and it's gonna be really fly because you're gonna hear about the game and different aspects of the game from different perspectives. I'm going to be answering questions. I'm going to be talking about online dating, but also dating as well from my point of view. As someone who, I mean, my high school days, my game was, but I'm going to talk about how I was able to acquire a lot of knowledge and a lot of the experiences I had, and we're going to make it really poppin'. We're going to make it really interactive, so it's going to be a really good look. So Ola is actually coordinating all of this. So yeah, man. So I know England was discussed as a destination. Of course, New York, DC, Philly, Atlanta, LA. I don't know, Ola, if you I know we have to talk about it a little bit more. We still have Taz finishing up his book, but we're gonna get started. We're gonna get it cracking most likely end of September, early October time frame. So Ola said, I'm working hard on it as we speak. See, that's what I like to hear. Ola's cool people. And if y'all want to, Ola, if you want to put out your Facebook, man, Ola's real cool people. Check him out on Facebook. Ola's a hardworking homie. So, you know, so yeah, man. So we got a packed ass chat room. So who's in a relationship? Matter of fact, if you're in a relationship, push push 4. Press 4 if you're in a relationship, and it's cool. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship. Be proud. If you're in a relationship, push the number 4, because it is important. It is important that you know how to conduct yourself in a relationship and that sort of thing. Wow, crickets. We got a lot of single people, man. Damn. All right, so hey, it is what it is. That dude, in other words, who's playing house? We don't have anybody related. We got a bunch of single ass people in the room. We might have some guests up. We have a lot of guests up in here, so we might have some guests who are in relationships as well. So, but hey, it is what it is, y'all. So listen, this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. Do we have any questions? Any cats? Cats ain't trying to get caught up online. See, look, if you're doing dirt, I don't endorse your activities, But listen, by the way, I had a cat who bought some of my books. This was a few months ago. I don't remember the cat's name, so I can't put him out there anyway. But he hit me up. He was like, man, yo, your books are good. I met a lot of females online. This was cracking. I had this one female at the telly last night, but my main girl caught me and blah, blah, blah. What should I do? I'm like, dude, I didn't write your look. And I don't want your female, and I actually put this in my book, I don't want your females calling me and hitting me up on email talking about, why you tell what is this? Look, I don't condone cheating. If you want to cheat, that's on you. But, it ain't my beef, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, some of y'all might just be single for the night. But listen, by the way, check it out. Again, if you go, and I'm about to get out of here, by the way, but if you go to flynesspublishing.com, this DVD is limited edition. I actually have a 5 bundle. So what you can do is you can get the Flyness at Yale DVD, and this DVD, I actually played some of it at the beginning of the flash stream where I was talking to all the students at Yale. I go through everything. I talk to those cats about how to holler at a female in your class. If you see a female who's cute, how do you stop a female to talk to her on campus? I also spit some game down for the females in terms of how do you express interest to a guy. Excuse me. If you see a guy who you might think is attractive, if you are at the library or in study hall and you see this particular gentleman, how to get his attention without losing your femininity. Because of course, the way you would approach a guy or express interest would be different from the way a guy would. So I talk about that. I talk about the do's and don'ts of online dating as well. This DVD is actually an hour long. I had a lot of questions. These kids at Yale, I mean, the Yale students, I don't know if y'all know this, but the students are freaks at Yale. So, and they know this, but a lot of people don't know that. So don't get the whole Ivy League thing confused. Two-Way Mirror asks, what's my take on marriage? Marriage is cool. I don't have a problem with marriage. I think some people aren't meant to be married at all. I think most people are monogamous in nature, especially more women than men. But I think most people are monogamous in nature. But the problem is people getting married too early because you have Tiger Woods going on, and you have women who act like Superhead. You know, they'll get married, but then they start feeling that itch maybe, you know, a year or two after marriage. That's why the first year is always called, you know, the honeymoon stage, because you're still in that euphoria. But that can wear off very quickly. I mean, there's so many examples of people who've gotten married and who break up real quick. For instance, The Dream and Christina Milian. You know, I mean, they got together. They were doing interviews everywhere talking about they were couples, and you know, within a year or two, they were split. So the main thing is, and the reason why these books are important is because it teaches you how to get your dating mindset right before you jump the broom. You know, because once you get married, it's supposed to be forever, but people act like marriage is like a short-term contract. It ain't the NBA. You can't be like LeBron James and leave Cleveland and go to Miami just like that with no repercussions. You know, especially for you guys out there. You know, you got alimony and child support and presumption of paternity and all that other stuff. So you know. So yeah, man, marriage is it is what it is, but some people just don't take it seriously. So you know, so that's my take on it. So I don't know. Two-Way Mirror, you trying to get hitched? Right, exactly. Chris is right. You know, either you're in or you're out, and there's no point in getting married if you're not truly ready. If you're kind of wavering, then you know it's really not the business. You know what I mean? Okay, so Two-Way Mirror said no. You know what I mean? And if you're young, I mean you're still in school. I mean if you're a guy and you're under 25, I wouldn't even think about it. There are a lot of people, and this is no knock, but there are people that I know personally who got married and they were 25 or younger, and they're miserable now. You know what I mean? They're miserable. They're in this situation, and they're realizing, not that they don't love their significant other, but they're realizing, or they're wishing like, damn, you know, I wish I gave myself a little bit more time to mature and become my own man. And it's not even necessarily just about playing the field. It's about just, you know, just realizing your own potential in your career and in your mindset. A lot of people don't think about that. Same thing with women. A lot of women, personally, I know, who are in situations, they're married, they might have a kid or two, and they're in the club shaking their ass, and they're not done. They are clearly not done, but that marriage, it makes them feel like they're in a box. So they can't wait till the weekend so they can go out. And you know, fellas, honestly, that's why there's so many women who are closed off to relationships, because of all that baggage. They have baggage from being locked down in this relationship, and they might still be in the relationship, but they'll go out to the club just to attention whore, but then they'll shut down any guy who tries to give them real game because they still have this situation going on at home. So it really messes a lot of females up here in the States, you know, unfortunately. It's probably true in Canada too. Flyness, I really have to ask you this. Are you just setting guys up to play women with these books and the game that you give them, not trying to be rude, but it's on my mind? No, ain't no one trying to set nobody up. And as I said in the very first, and Chris, you should actually get what I'm telling guys, because in the men's guide, in the very first book, I have a part of the book called disclaimers. And then in the disclaimers part, I said, why am I teaching guys how to bang women off the internet? And I said the point of this book is not necessarily teaching you how to bang women, although I can't be made responsible if the enclosed tips help you to do that. You know what I mean? It's to help guys get over that hump, so to speak. It's to help guys gather enough confidence to learn how to talk to women, to learn how to deal with women. And if a guy wants to have a physical encounter with a female, he can. Or if a guy wants to wife a woman up, he can. this book gives men a choice. And whether you listen to me or any one of my other fellow players in the room or what have you, we all talk about the same thing. It's about integrity and stating your emotions. Because Chris, in all honesty, you have a lot of guys out there who are preaching these fantasies to women. They're saying, for instance, they might see a woman on the street and they might just say, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I want to be with you forever. Let me buy you a drink. Let me sing you a song. Let me take you to a 5-star restaurant." And that dude could take you out with the sole intention of having sex with you, and that's it, and then just dumping you. Steve Harvey, in his book, talked about the 90-day rule, that women should wait 90 days before having sex, and that's the guy's trial period. But what's to stop that guy from having sex with you on day 91? That's what these other people are telling you. What I'm saying is that guys should be more upfront and more honest. If we're more honest with our intentions, if a woman says, are you just trying to bang me or blah blah blah, you don't necessarily want to be dishonest with her. You don't want to play the whole fantasy role, because when you do that, a lot of women kind of have crazy ideas of what the relationship's going to be, and it might not even be a relationship. So Chris, that's what it is. So right, and like Laughing said, honesty is the best policy. And what Game is about, and this is what I said on Dr. Phil that kind of cut my clip a little short. I might show some of that next week. But Game is about being honest and having girls despite of it. Like, if you can tell if a female says to you, or if a female knows that you're dealing with multiple women, or if a female knows that you're not committed to her at all, but yet she's still down for you, that's Game. Game is not lying and manipulating and having a lot of women and playing them and going from female to female. To some people that might be Game, but that's not Game. Game is being honest and you having women in spite of them knowing that you can and maybe do have other women. And Game is having that potential. Game is what they call potential energy. It's not energy in action, but it is potential energy for my science buffs out there. So y'all. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Listen, you can go on flynesspublishing.com for a limited of time, maybe for a week or so, maybe not even that long. You can get the limited edition Yale DVD. I have a few more of these left, and you can get that along with any one of the paperback books, and it's only $29.95 for both. If you have your books already and you just want the DVD is $17.95. But if you want the DVD and a book, it's only $30. That includes shipping, so there's no shipping charge if you are in the States. All right, so like Young Suave said, agreed at Rico, it's dangerous to be dishonest these days. These chicks will burn your house down. Exactly, man. You want to keep it 100, you won't have issues. You know what I mean? So, all right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. It's Sunday night. I want y'all to get some sleep. Shilly, I appreciate you checking in from England. I'm going to holler at y'all.